And you are joining us at nearly 40 minutes past the hour right here on Weather Nation. And as we are getting into the deep summer months over the next few weeks, we officially welcome summer on Sunday. So, we talk a lot about heat, and of course the humidity is a big factor in the southeast. You have excessive heat warnings ongoing for the desert southwest. We really want to kind of bring up the most important thing as we venture into these deep summer months. Too many unfortunate situations have happened with children being left in the backseat of cars, and also dogs and pets. And at times you don't know how to respond. If you walk by a vehicle and you see this going on, what's the proper thing to do? And before we get to that, I do want to share this video with you out of the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office located in Cumming, Georgia, where Deputy Reagan did kind of a simulation inside a hot car, was only there for 25 minutes, and kind of tells his experience in being in that car with the AC turned off. Here's more.
And I think I've got one camera working again. Try and get the GoPro going, but I think it's still too hot. We really want to put this video together to show people not only how fast it can get so hot in a car, but not only that, but when they see someone that's in a car, whether it's a child or a pet or an elderly person, whatever the case may be, we want them to call 911 immediately so that we can have a deputy respond, have a firefighter respond.
And Deputy Reagan is joining me now from Forsyth County, Georgia. And I want to first start off by telling folks that you were only in the car for 25 minutes. And what was the temperature reading before you stepped outside the vehicle?
Well, we got a couple of different readings. The temperature on the side of the door was reaching 125, 126 degrees, and the temperature on the dashboard was over 177 degrees. It was getting extremely hot in that vehicle. The other instruments we were using to measure the temperature actually stopped working due to the heat.
And I did hear you say when I watched the vehicle too that I think the dash was reading about 177 degrees, which is absolutely incredible. And just share with me very quickly, when we talk to folks, it seems like common sense to make sure you think about your pets and your loved ones and leaving inside the vehicle. And it could only take a matter of minutes because you were only in there for 25 minutes. Anything about your health, your heart rate that you can share with us just in that 25 minutes that possibly spiked from the heat?
Absolutely. When I got out of the car and took my heart rate, it was over 151 beats per minute. It was extremely high and still climbing. I definitely felt physically ill. What we realize is people often think that they're only going to be a few minutes. They're running into the store, they're getting gas, and then a few minutes turns into a few minutes more. And for a child, elderly person, or a pet, it's too long and it's not safe.
Absolutely. So, we've seen too many unfortunate situations, even one particular there in Georgia just last year of unfortunately children in a hot car in the back seat. Can you share with me what folks should do? What is the proper protocol if you see that going on? Perhaps you park next to someone at the grocery store, that you see a pet. You don't, of course, even with the windows rolled down, it gets pretty hot. What's the proper thing to do?
We want to encourage people to call 911 immediately when they see either a pet or a loved one being left inside a vehicle that's getting hot. And of course, if someone is in immediate medical distress, we need to get that person out of there as quick as possible.
Absolutely. And we've got about 30 seconds. Based on the recent, kind of in the really recent past, are there any laws in place, even for just leaving children in the car for a few minutes, things of that nature, to kind of cut down on some of these unfortunate stories?
Here in Georgia and in many states across the country, there are Good Samaritan laws that do allow people to get people out of a hot car when they're in immediate medical distress. And those laws do protect the Good Samaritan that helps them out of the vehicle. Very,
very interesting to note. And many thanks for that simulation and kind of broadcasting that and letting us do it here on Weather Nation, because it certainly kind of helps to share the story of what should be common sense, but just to make sure as we welcome summer this weekend that we know what we're heading into, especially for the Deep South. Deputy Reagan from the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, thank you so much for being with us today. You're welcome, and have a great day. Of course, we will continue to follow of what we're talking about. The heat across the Deep South is pretty typical this time of year, but we are under a heat advisory, don't forget, for portions of South Carolina, along with an excessive heat warning. These dew points are very high, folks. It makes it feel much hotter out there than it actually is. So dangerous heat for Wilmington. We'll be right back.